Hi, thank you for joining me. My name is Danielle Rich, and my business partner, Steph Carson, and I are going to share briefly with you today a company called Qivana. I was introduced to this company 3.5 years ago. Steph was brought into the company 5 years ago. We have an extensive background and knowledge in the products and the strategy of Qivana and why we were formed. The person who invited you to this company is actually a person who cares about either your financial future, your health, or both. When I was introduced to the company 3.5 years ago, we were in a place, my husband and I, where we were unable to make ends meet any longer in the real estate and construction industry. I was completely skeptical about getting involved in anything that had to do with a home-based business. But what I can proudly tell you and excitedly tell you is that my husband and I have been able to make and generate a primary income into our home steadily in 3.5 years in Qivana, and it has become really the mainstay of our finances. And it's because within that first 30 minutes of seeing the presentation that you're just about to see, I saw something as an entrepreneurial woman, and my husband as well, that really rocked our world. And I've seen a lot of these things come across my desk, and I want you to just stay with us for the next 20 minutes or so, because not only are we going to show you and get into why the company was formed, but we're also going to talk a little bit about how you can start making money part-time from home. And this was done in a way that happened so fast for us that we were really blown away in our first 90 days. And it was specifically because of three major things that I saw. Number one, the slide that's in front of you right now. There were only three differentiators for me besides all of the other companies that I'd ever seen. And this slide in front of you shows Qivana's product strategy. Our 5 founders have built billion-dollar brands. They've governed billion-dollar brands, and that was a big deal for us. More importantly, there was a big hole in the natural product industry. Right now, you've got the wellness market and the sickness market. We know both are trillion-dollar markets, but the wellness market is booming and growing even during recession because people are looking for an alternative to pharmaceuticals. They are looking for a way to get healthy, but they want to do it safe and effectively. And I really believe Qivana has found the way. In 3.5 years, I've seen extraordinary results with people using our products, and also not just in my family, but people all over 8 countries. So excitedly, I just want to share with you a little bit about our how we do this. And basically, Qivana is bringing out breakthroughs in natural medicine that come right from the experts and the top experts in the top categories and fields. So we're talking about researchers, universities, and scientists. The same thing happens in pharmaceuticals. In pharmaceuticals, they go right to the researchers and scientists and universities. They hand it over to the pharmaceutical company that wins the worldwide exclusive rights, and then that pharmaceutical company puts it into the hands of reps who get it out to the end consumer. Qivana decided to mimic that model, but to be the first nutraceutical company in the world, and that is where the world is turning and headed. So many people are picking a natural product before they'll go to a prescription, and Qivana wanted to put out prescription-grade natural products to the market with science behind it. So we have a huge commitment to science, and that excited me. I knew money could be made because I know as a mom and as a wife and as a woman in business, I meet people all the time who are dealing with multiple maladies, even at young ages. So I knew as a mom I could make money doing this. I knew that I had very little time, so that I was going to be able to leverage myself to use a team of people helping me right from home. And I was able to do so. So Qivana actually fills in that gap and has become a very fast-growing, record-breaking company that is putting out scientifically validated natural products right from the scientists and universities. We don't do any R&D, no research and development. We get it from the best of the best, and we put it out to market first. And that excites me, and it should excite you, because that means when you're in front of a massive market demand, money can be made no matter how little time you have. If you're motivated and you can carve out 8, 10, 12 hours a week with the help of a team of people, you will be able to build something that could bring in, an extra couple thousand a month if that's really important to you. And it was so important to us that we were able to generate much more than that. So what I'm going to do now is hand it over to Steph Carson, my business partner out of Florida. He has a 20 years background in nutrition, is one of the most amazing men I've ever met, and he actually can get into what our product lines are and why we're so different, because what matters is why we're so different and why people want what we have. And again, as an entrepreneurial woman that was looking to make money, if you're looking to make money, get in front of what Steph is talking about, look at it, and think about very clearly, Are people going to want these products? We've proven in 5 years that people want these products. We're doing millions of dollars in sales, but there's so much more out there. There's no market saturation, a lot of excitement. So Steph, I'm going to let Steph take over now. And then afterward, I'm just going to wrap up on the timing of this company and how you can get involved or get more information on how to try these amazing products.
Well, thank you, Danielle. I appreciate that. Well, there's two schools of thoughts in the health field. Mine is I certainly believe that the body is a miracle and it has the ability to heal itself. So this is what I've been teaching for 20 years, and really impressive to see that we really have the ability to make an amazing change in our health. But I'm looking at the health situation here in North America, where heart disease is the #1 killer, cancer the second leading cause of death, iatrogenic illness is the third leading cause of death. And then we have obesity and diabetes. Now, iatrogenic illnesses is a new word for a lot of us, so let's go a little deeper into it. Iatrogenic illnesses is basically death by medicine. It's the side effect of the side effect of the side effect, right? Now, in North America, we are less than 5% of the world's population, and yet consume over 75% of the prescription drugs that are sold throughout the world. In the last 10 years alone, it killed 7.8 million Americans. Now, even Harvard published that over 1 million patients nationwide are injured by medical error. So it's not really to point fingers, but rather to teach you how to maybe live a life without medication. And that's where Danielle explained the difference between pharmaceutical and nutraceutical. So if I go right to the point and explain to you the difference, we have heart disease, the #1 killer. So the medical field will certainly promote a lot of statin drugs, triple bypass surgery, stents. We hear about it. Nutraceutical will have a different approach, working out a healthy diet. We're familiar with both of them. A little hard to follow, right? But also a new breakthrough discovery, nitric oxide. So what is nitric oxide and what does that do? So let me explain a little deeper on nitric oxide. It's something produced in nature. Better than this, it's your own body produces it. When this was discovered in '97, the president of the Heart Association, the UCLA and the Mayo Clinic said it was the best discovery and the most important in history for cardiovascular medicine. In fact, it won a Nobel Prize in 1998. So yes, folks, it's been available for that long. You just didn't have access to it, but now you do. And then there was a book written about it. It says A Cure for Heart Disease. And in the book, it says it has the power to remove from the market. Now, if you're well seated, hear this: triple bypass surgery, collection of plaques in the arteries, and statin drugs. So that's a very, very powerful discovery. So if I go to explain to you, if your body produces it, how do you really understand how to produce more? Well, unfortunately, by the age of 40, our body produces about half of the amount. It's produced through nutrition, and sometimes the kids today, with the food that we have available, they're 20 years old, they're already low in nitric oxide. They're depleted at that age. So when they're depleted, when you're depleted, it means your body and your arteries are shrinking down, just like the one you see on the far right. Well, if you're shrinking down, you see there's less blood flow, right? So more chance of collection of plaques. So basically, you're predisposing for a lot of chronic illnesses, whether it's diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol. But the good news is within 20 minutes, you can bring it back. Now, you see why it won the Nobel Prize, right? So if I were to take a photo of your hand, let's say, a thermographic photo, you see the extremity of your fingers, really dark. That means there's less blood flow. 20 minutes later, it becomes like this. Now, what a great relief for those who are suffering from arthritis pain as well. We know that our life is in our blood, correct? So the same with the brain. Look at the difference 25 minutes later. So there's going to be huge improvement. You're going to feel like you're thinking clearer. You're going to have more energy. Your eyesight will improve. Your skin condition will improve. It's a ripple effect of having more blood flow throughout the body. Interesting, we have testimonial after testimonial. There's thousands of them that you can have access to. But this is a nurse actually in Missouri. She did her blood pressure at 153/91. 45 minutes later, look after taking nitric oxide from Qivana, 128/81. And that is without statin drugs because she used to be on lisinopril. So very, very impressive. He's actually a preacher down in Jackson. And after he had a heart attack, his doctor put him on nitric oxide. So they know about it, right? But now you do have access to it. This gentleman here, Bob Cochran, at this age, 82, went off 80 milligram lisinopril in 6 days with the supervision of his doctor, obviously. But very, very impressive to see that, if you could change somebody at that age. It's in nature, so that means it's very inexpensive. Maybe that's why you haven't heard about it yet. The wholesale price for this is $70. At retail, it's $85. It comes with a strip that you can measure through a saliva test whether you need it or not. So it's the nutraceutical approach, which means it empowers you to follow through with your own health. Now let's talk about obesity, because that's a real issue here. I've been, today, after teaching nutrition for 20 years, I will tell you, it might not be what you're eating as much as what's in the food you're eating today. But when we look at this, it's a scary statement. Do we need to be more on diets? Well, we spend $60 billion a year on diet programs. Is it working? Well, I think not, right? Because we are the most obese country in the world still. So again, it's not about feeling bad. It's about not what you're eating as much as what's in the food you're eating. But the problem is, let's not go on another diet, because we've tried them all. Let's rather bring common sense to this equation and fix your metabolism. That would make much more sense. Here comes the scientist, Dr. Donald K. Lehman. He's actually labeled by his peers as the father of the metabolism. He's developed a program. It's a 90-day program, so that's easy to follow, with over 100 published scientific studies behind this. Even the FDA had to approve the quality of his work and his full meal replacement. So it's a 90-day program that also teaches you a lifestyle, how to maintain it after 90 days, so you do not have to be on a diet for the rest of your life. The plate look is very similar. It's 1 ratio of protein for 1 starch. If you maintain this after your 90 days, you will keep your metabolism healthy. Now let's look at how it works in the body. That first system I showed you on the left. You start with a boost. That's a combination of 3 natural herbs that will go in your lower abdomen, raise the temperature by half a degree, making you in a fat burning mode instead of a fat storing mode the moment you get up. You follow this by a full meal replacement shake. That is a delicious smoothie. And this will actually burn fat for the next 4 hours and will feed you for 4 hours, meaning that you're not going to be hungry. There's no starvation process, because it's not a diet. And this shake will actually fuel your muscles. So get this, the key and the difference in correcting your metabolism and losing weight. Once you correct the metabolism, you lose fat before you lose weight, meaning that you burn fat. 80% of the weight loss will be body fat. Very interesting. This system even comes with a measuring tape, because you will lose inches before you lose weight on the scale. Very impressive. This gentleman here is a 2-time Grammy winner, Joe Hogue, lost 50 pounds in 6 months. 49 years old. He said he hasn't been at that weight since he was in college. This couple here, Steve and Missy Deer, 100 pounds, 200 pounds combined. Now, remember what I said earlier? When it corrects the metabolism, that means that it's going to burn fat. Now, if you think common sense, somebody who would lose 100 pounds, they would have a lot of hanging skin, right? If you watch the Biggest Loser, you know what I'm talking about. They have miles of hanging skin. That's not the principle here. It really, really reshapes the body and fuels the muscle. That gentleman here got on the program because he figured that it was cheaper than food, because the shakes are really inexpensive, and the results is obviously rewarding. This lady lost 150 pounds. Look again. There's no hanging skin. Very, very impressive. This lady at 52 honored us by winning 3 times a bikini contest at 52, and get this, in the 35 and older category. So yes, the body is a miracle and still able to reshape itself. This lady, Jennifer Martin, is a good friend of ours. Look at her on the left. It looks like almost the daughter and the mother here. Now, what's interesting is Jennifer has been on every diet program. She has a file for Weight Watcher, for Herbalife, HCG. She's done them all. So that's the first time she was able to maintain a weight loss, which has really, really changed her life. System, I told you, was very inexpensive. You get 45 meals for $225. And then 15 shakes comes with a boost. And yes, the measuring tape right here. So really important. And at retail, it's $275. So basically, it's redirecting your budget, because you're going to have 45 meals for that amount. You'll save a lot on grocery. Let's address another system which is really important today with all the flus and everything we have, facing the environmental condition. We have to build the immune system. And the immune system is linked to the digestive system because the digestive system is responsible for 80% of the cells making up your immune system. Now, if you wonder why our digestive system and immune system is compromised, I'm looking at the food supply. As I said, it's what's in the food today that is really affecting our health. We look at the type of food we rely on. 80% of the food supply is genetically modified. We hear Dr. Oz talking about that we consume 1.5 gallons of pesticide a year just through the fruits, grain, and vegetables. Over 80% of antibiotics produced in the States is for farm animals. So basically, we are bombarded with a lot of toxins and a lot of chemicals. And so the digestive system needs to be replenished, right? It needs to be brought back to normal. And there comes a probiotic. Probiotic being the first food a mother will give her child to build a child's immune system through breast milk. And except that a probiotic, as we age, most of them get destroyed by the stomach acid. Now, if the probiotic doesn't arrive here alive, it's pretty much worthless. And so here comes the nutraceutical, right? The pharmaceutical grade of natural product will have brought to you now a probiotic that has a guaranteed delivery system with an acid-resistant shell and another shell to protect it against the stomach acid and against the bile, and so that we can guarantee a delivery of 1 billion. Well, obviously, the difference is night and day, because not because they're better probiotic, it's just because they have better delivery system. So that's the first step of the core system to rebuild your immune system. So people with digestive issue, acid reflux, name it, it will change almost overnight. We've seen it over and over again. Once you fix the digestive system, then the immune system rebuilds. There's 3 steps to that system. The first is the probiotic. The second is called essential. Essential has 3 major categories and 3 major roles. That's an herb called gynostemma. And if you look that word up, you'll find that it's the most researched herb in history, with over 1,000 validation in scientific papers. It's really impressive just to read about the gynostemma. Really shocking to find out that we're just hearing about it now, though. But the first thing it will do, it will reduce inflammation. It will regulate your blood sugar and level out your cholesterol. Wow. I mean, for people with cholesterol and diabetes, that's a very, very powerful statement I'm making here. And I'll show you the difference right after on the next slide. But the third thing it will do, it will actually help the body produce more antioxidant so that you can build a strong immune system. So that's a sublingual, meaning that it's an instant delivery. You get 100%, you dissolve it under your tongue, really effective within 20 minutes. The third step is a detox of heavy metal. We talked about what's in the food today. Well, we have to find a way to remove some of the toxins like aluminum, mercury, cadmium, arsenic, and lead that we find in food, in water, in the air we breathe. So this detox, over 33 years of research, even validated by the American Cancer Society as a way to prevent cancer. So very, very, very intelligent system. So I was telling you about the gynostemma being able to reduce the glucose. Those who are diabetic will really understand this picture here. You prick your finger, your blood sugar is at 147. Take the gynostemma, 20 minutes later, 116. That's 31 points. Very, very impressive. The system is actually cheaper than a coffee at Starbucks. $65 a month, you will get the probiotic, the herb, and the detox. And at retail is $80. So very, very impressive to see that, the answer is in nature, no doubt. The last thing I'll talk about, we have to bring common sense also in the skin care product. Why? Well, because we're spending billions of dollars every year on skincare product. And you know that your skin is as unique as you are. This is why you have different DNA. This is why you have a different fingerprint, right? You are very unique. So they're introducing to the world now a skincare product based on your DNA. The swab of your cheek will be able to determine, not only for now, but for the next 10 years, the weaknesses of your skin, and basically create a serum tailor-made for you that will address wrinkles, sagging skin, discoloration of the skin, and acne. So impressive. This doctor, Ruthie Harper, has been the leading expert in health from the outside in. So you might have heard this already on the doctors. It's been featured almost everywhere, but it will be available through Qivana on September 20th. So as I mentioned, it's really, really impressive to see that we have a common sense approach to take charge of our health. So I'm going to give this slide. I mean, obviously now we see the results. There's years of studies before and after, but I'm going to leave the platform to Danielle now. That will certainly make a lot of sense to you, how to participate in a company that there's a huge and a massive demand for. Danielle?
Thank you, Steph. So as you guys can see, the 4 product systems that Qivana has brought to the market in the first 5 years are pretty extraordinary, and I'm very proud of what we put on the market. We are so committed to science, as Steph has demonstrated, but we're also committed to making sure that these are product lines that can actually get into the hands of almost anyone, and we wanted to make sure they were competitively priced. So we have a guarantee on these products. They're all 30-day money-back guaranteed, which I love as well, which shows our commitment to actually guaranteeing that what we're putting to market is really safe and effective. So let's talk a little bit about the timing, and then we'll wrap this up. One of the things that really caught my eye was the real movement from the east to the west. And usually what happens with these companies are they start on the west coast and they head east. So for someone like me in Connecticut, or someone like Steph in Florida, what happens is by the time we hear about this movement, because this is sharing information, because network marketing is relational, because someone knows someone and knows someone, and they share the product or they share the service with someone, by the time it hits the East Coast, usually there's some market saturation that's pretty significant. So the reason why in the 40 years that I've been around, I have not joined one of these opportunities is because most of the time by the time it's hit me or my husband's lap, it's usually pretty significantly saturated in California and Toronto, Canada, and all of the major wellness markets. When I saw that this was starting basically on the East Coast and heading west, that was pretty exciting, because now you're talking about this whole movement moving to the West Coast, which is one heck of an unprecedented opportunity. So you can see on this map here that those little dots are diamond level distributors or higher. Diamond level distributors, you know, on average earn 10,000 or more a month part-time. Obviously not everyone becomes a diamond, but those motivated individuals who are entrepreneurial and who really go seriously into this business op like I did, and I had 2 jobs when I got into Qivana. I was able to do this at night, and I just picked up the phone, hit the laptop, hit social media, and I let everyone know that I was involved and that I was excited about it. And the results just started to spread rapidly, and now 3.5 years later, it's become one heck of an incredible income for us. Not everyone comes in for a 5-6 figure a month income or a 5-6-7 figure a year income, but the beauty of this map, it shows you that those who are going to go on to make 7 figures or more a year or 6 figures or more a year are not in the company yet, or they're not yet aware that this company even exists. So for those of you who are entrepreneurial, you understand that market share is everything and timing is everything, and this is an exciting thing for you to jump on and let the world know that Qivana exists. And that's all I did. I just was excited about what we were doing. We're going to go to the next slide. And so our 5 founders that I spoke about, these men have built billion-dollar brands. They put companies on the map that you know of and love, like Nature's Way. Our CEO in the middle, Derek Hall, was with McKesson Pharmaceutical, which is the largest pharmaceutical company in the world, for 25 years. These men have incredible resumes. This is not a fly-by-night. This is a legacy company being built to become something that you can actually pass down to generations. So this is why I wanted to be involved. I wanted to be a part of something that was real, that had real science, real opportunity, real timing, and actually made an effect on my children, my grandchildren, and many other families across the globe. And that's what's exciting about this. You have a real purpose when you get involved in something that's relationship marketing. There are some Olympic legends, quite a few actually, more than what you see here, but when I got involved 3.5 years ago, these 5 Olympians that are all gold medal champions actually were involved with Qivana, and excited my husband and I to know that people with such iconic backgrounds and reputations would be involved and be living on these products. And so because they're not endorsers, because they're not being paid to say this, that really showed me the integrity of Qivana. And once again, with Don and I being in business and having multiple companies that we've owned, and because of our having people respecting us for our business acumen, we did not want to be involved in something that people wouldn't really be, when they looked at it on paper, wouldn't be proud of. And to see that we were partnered up with names such as Micah Ruzioni and Nadia Comaneci and Dan Jansen and many others, that was exciting for me because I want to be a part of what they're a part of. And just having them in the company on the products really says, you know, volumes and speaks volumes about what it is we do and where we're going. There are quite a few doctors on our scientific advisory board and more as time goes on. You would not believe the number of research scientists and PhDs that are really excited about the science and the safety and the way we've set up our testing. We are GMP, meaning good manufacturing practices stamped. So we are able to say that, you know, we follow the standards that are necessary for having products that are safe and effective. And some of the gentlemen you see in front of you, Dr. Jeffrey Lord, number 5 in the world for bariatric surgery. And he is down at Sacred Heart Hospital in Florida. And that's what excited me also, was that this gentleman puts his patients on our products. Another one is Dr. Donald Lehman, 34 years of research, as Steph has already mentioned, and to know that he's #1 in the world for metabolism and sports nutrition and diabetes and obesity, and he's helped put that new plate look out to the market to help end obesity, that again, it excited me. You want to partner with people that are bigger and better than you and really help put to market what these guys are actually creating. So that's a little bit of who we are and who the doctors are behind us. The timing, this was the third thing. So besides the product strategy, besides the fact that it was moving east to west, the third thing was this. When I saw this about 25 minutes into the presentation, my heart started to beat a little bit. And at that point in life, you know, we were in foreclosure, so we were dealing with some serious inability to have good timing in our life with the mortgage industry going downhill and real estate. And after that 2008 crash, timing ended really truly with real estate, and it wasn't the way it was 20-something years ago. And for Don and I, we wanted to reposition ourselves. And so when you really have to look at timing in any industry you're in, and right now timing is booming for health and wellness. It also is for skincare. So the two fastest growing segments right now are cosmetics, 11 years running, and now health and wellness, 11 years running. #1 and #2, we've got them both. And more importantly, momentum or hypergrowth is a 3 to 5 year window where a company goes through pretty incredible growth, 10, 20% a month, every month in and out for 3 to 5 years. Not every company does it, but of the 14 companies out there that have gone to $1 billion a year or more in income, Qivana is slated to be one of those next companies to do that, and it's because we're grabbing onto a $1.9 trillion market. How many billions will we do? You know, right now, on average, they're predicting on the low end $4 billion a year in sales, up as high as $10 billion a year in sales. So for me, being conservative, I'd be happy doing $1 billion a year in sales, but we know that we're going to do much more because we haven't even scratched the surface yet. So if you want real timing and you want to be able to generate an income that's significant, then having this timing in front of you, that real curve that you see there where it says growth, that just means the millionaires haven't been made yet. We will have 500 diamond level distributors for every $1 billion in sales we do. So it's going to be very exciting all the way up until 2020. For the next 5.5, 6 years, you are going to see some of the most epic growth that Qivana is ever going to have. Asia right now is doing wonderful growth in 4 countries in Asia. We're open in Mexico. We're open in Germany. We're slated to open in Singapore and Indonesia and Thailand soon. We're open in Canada, doing incredible growth in Vancouver. We're just hitting Montreal and Toronto. So I'm just excited that we've got the whole U.S. to go after, but there's so much more. So if you want to build internationally, we can teach you. I did this with no background, never having done this before, just a true excitement and actual motivation to change my family's future. And this timing slide is what made me not sleep. And I can tell you 3.5 years later, we've been able to do something pretty major with this. And I'm done working my other 2 jobs at the end of my first year, and now this is all I do, 20 to 25 hours a week. I share information and I teach other people to do the same, and I do it with excitement and enthusiasm and with real true integrity, and that's all we expect from you if you want to join our global team. There are some bonuses. This company is totally not about hype. So if you're into the hype companies that flash cars and flash checks, Qivana is not about that. We really are integrity driven and family driven, and I love that because my children can attend any event. That's not typical or standard in this industry. Usually, you'll see a lot of promoting of cars and stuff. We have plenty of people who've won the car. We've won the car bonus. We earn $750 a month right now towards our brand new vehicle, and that is a true blessing. So I don't want to downplay this, but these are just incentives that are built in because you're a true business owner. You're your own boss. So we want to make sure that you're incentivized to get up every day and be excited to share the information about Qivana with people who are in need. So for us, the car bonus is exciting. There's also iPad bonuses. There's also cruises. Dream Week's coming up again. In about 9 weeks, we're going to be going to the Caribbean with all the top producers in Qivana. So this car bonus is exciting, but there's much more to this company than just money and cars and trips. You're going to see true changes in your health. You're going to see true changes in the health of people around you. And you're also going to wake up every day feeling good about what you do. And you're going to have a retirement on its way. You're going to have security on its way because you're putting yourself in a position to create an asset. So this car bonus and also the next slide that talks about vacations, that is just stuff there that are exciting for you. The higher you go in this company, the more product that goes out to the world, the better your team does, the better you're going to do. So you really want to be someone who's great with exciting people to build a business from their home so they can have more time with their family, more time with their children, have more financial security. There's a lot more to this than just a great line of products. These are a great line of products, but also a way of living and a lifestyle that has you in a place that's just much more rewarding. There are mega bonuses for people like me. I'm a very motivated person, so when I saw that there was a diamond bonus, I went for that. My husband and I were able to hit that in our first 8 weeks. Most people hit it in their first year or two in the business, but there's levels here that pretty much anyone who's motivated can hit. So these are just here. They're extra bonuses for you that are motivated. If you're just looking to do the products, this isn't a slide that's going to be exciting for you. But those of you who are into paying off some debt and really setting yourself up to get ahead in life, these are the bonuses you want to shoot for, and we will teach you exactly how to get there. And like I said, I did it in 8 weeks with just some great mentoring, and I went to work and I did my 10 hours faithfully every week. Last but not least, this is our last slide. We thank you so much for spending this 25 minutes with us, and we hope you see the sincerity in what we're sharing with you. We hope we've excited you so that you will take a chance and go for a different future than you have right now and really just set you on a new path with Qivana. And one of the reasons why we end with this slide is we want to pretty much put you into a category so you can let us know your level of involvement. There is no sale that goes on in this company. We share information and then people put themselves into a category for us. So we never want anyone pressured. We never want anyone feeling like, they were pushed into something. This is where we want excited people who either want to get their health on the right track or the health of their loved ones, or they'd like to come on board. So we categorize you in 3 different ways, either as a retail customer where you pay full price, or as a preferred customer, which is the majority of people fall into the preferred customer, which is basically you go on an auto ship. That auto ship is any level. It does not have to be, an X number of dollars a month. It could be a $5 a month auto ship. We don't lock you into anything. There's no contracts with Qivana. You can send the products back within 30 days. But the nice part of becoming a preferred customer, the real advantage for you is that you're getting everything at wholesale price, and it's shipped to you monthly, and you can cancel it at any time. You just go in and email corporate and let them know to cancel your auto ship with no trouble. So it's a wonderful way of getting the best value for your dollar and to get your health really on the right path. The third option, which is where I went and where Steph went as well, is we saw the vision of taking this thing global. We saw this as the pioneers. We wanted to be some of the first families in Qivana to take this company global. We were excited about the legacy aspect of this company, and if you are thinking about doing something, instead of getting a second job, join a team, join a company that's got proven success. Everything's done for you. The marketing is the only thing you do. You don't have to worry about setting up a website. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars to opening a home-based business. This is less than $1,000 a month, or you can go in, I'm sorry, not a month. This is less than $1,000 to get started, or you can come in at the highest level of $1,000 and start your business really, truly the fastest and best way. So there are 3 packages to start at. There was a $1,000 kit, there was a $550 kit, and there's a $300 kit. We work with people on every income level. So even if you realize that you want to do the business and you can't come in the best way, then we're still going to work with you and still teach you how to build an exciting business right from home. Those 3 kits you can see in further detail by getting back to the person who invited you, but those 3 kits are also guaranteed and 30-day money-back guaranteed. So what I love is you can get started right away, you can get on the products right away, start feeling good, start handing out samples, and start making a paycheck. And I made my first paycheck in 4 days, so there's a lot of people out there who need to know we exist. If you're excited to share about health and wellness with people, and you're excited about helping people be home with their children more, be able to quit their jobs or pay off their debt, then Qivana is the kind of company you want to partner with. We're here to help you. We're here to help you be successful. And I just want to thank you for spending the time with us. Get back to the person, like I said, who invited you, and we're ready to get started with you. So let us know that you'd like to become a part of the Qivana team.